Hello everyone, Risky Toothpick here, back again with some more Ad Infinitum. And last time we ended the episode by talking about toilet paper from World War One. And is it good? Is it bad? Is my ass gonna be on fire? You know, using that toilet paper. Who knows? But now we're still trying to find that morphine. I'm a little worried about this water because that dead body we saw did have flippers. Or had webbed feet or arms, or hands, I should say.
The boy will go far. Father always said so. It was his dying wish.
Your father is gone. He built this house for himself, no one else. Lichterfelde, of all places. Also, he could send Johannes to the Cadet Academy. And now Paul, too. More heirs, more soldiers. That's all I was ever good for.
The Academy would have done Johannes the power of good. You've seen for yourself what your coddling has done to him. It's a disgrace.
And this was during a time where, you know, like he was talking about how it was weird for mothers to baby their children, where men would be very upset. Because, you know, they didn't get that love growing up. You know, they were pretty much made into, you know, strong men. Or at least what the people thought at that time what a strong man was. So, kind of tough for a woman who loves her children back then. Oh, that was weird. Okay, I'm guessing we got to go towards this fire. I kind of want to check out what's going on over here, though. Okay, some bottles. Nothing too good. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we can run. I don't really see any dead bodies, so I think we're good. Yeah. This water's a little clunky. I kind of noticed it just a tiny bit. It's not bad, but you can definitely kind of tell. Ooh, horses. And like I said a long time ago, they were still using horses in World War One. They were still a big part of that war. They did have vehicles, they were just uncommon. Compared to, like, you know, World War Two. You found a vial of morphium. I'm gonna say we need to run. My goodness, this guy's like right. Oh my, how am I jumping? Okay, we're safe, I think. Run away, yeah. I don't know how this monster can see us, but she can. Okay, let's run here because she's going to show back up because of this water. Oh yeah, she's coming. Perfect. Ooh, was not expecting that. Yep.
He's your son! Oh mon Dieu, c'est ton fils!
You know I won't tolerate that language under my roof!
Your father's words again! You cannot even speak for yourself! Where has my husband gone?
Nonsense! Father was right. You've already warped one of my sons with your hysteria. I won't allow you to ruin the other!
Where has my husband gone? Once Paul leaves, I shall be all alone in this house. Just me and your father.
And there's the mother. And yeah, his father, man, what a piece of work. Kind of like the sins of the father became the sins of the son, and then the son had children and pushed those ideas on them. Just a vicious cycle. Uh-oh. Nope, this way. Oh, yep, couch in the way. Oh, holy well. Okay, where are we going? Yeah, you don't know where I'm at, do you? The monster's like, where the hell did I kick that motherfucker to? That's right, I got the high ground. Okay, so that looks like a dead end. Or is it? Well, we were gonna run that way, weren't we? Oh, shit. You bastard. You're lucky I fell through. You're lucky. I was like, where am I supposed to go? I probably should have dropped down to the left and went through the graveyard. Oh, those cots are save points. Okay. Damn, I don't even know where we're at. This is kind of like a random one. Oh, well, you know we're going to have problems here. Okay, so she has to, like, break through the walls. I'm doing good. Oh, god damn it. Run, please. Keep on running. Oh, beautiful. I'm glad we made that work. Despair, like the night you return again. You leave me with naught, neither hair nor flesh, not even the courage to put an end to this pain. Oh, was he gonna read it? It kind of sounded like he was, it just took him like forever. Can we actually read it? Hold on, let's go back. Nope. Well, at least we're not in the water anymore. Then in Uneden she created the dead garden, Gehenna. Man, these soundtracks be hitting. Like, they're just, like, instrumental, but not bad. Like I stated, like, a long time ago, this game is kind of like Amnesia. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I kind of enjoy this game more. It's not as, like, confusing, not as, like, puzzling as Amnesia is. Within the dead garden, she placed the people she had formed. My goodness. All this barbed wire. Okay, there's some places we can kind of walk. I'm a little worried about the water. I don't want her popping up. She raised the tree of unlife from the wet mud at the center of the garden, the tree of evil. Now, earlier we read a paper that stated that the family put a tree in the middle of their garden, so we might have to burn that tree. That might be the source of all these problems. For as long as it stands, so too shall she stand. birthing her pain into this world. And I'm assuming the family cannot move on because the tree represents, you know, the family. In this area, your actions will have consequences. The pretty music makes Mama happy.
In my darkest hours, it is only music that saves me. Is there a heart in the world that cannot be softened by it?
Okay, so we need to probably play music. I'm trying to... Oh my goodness. Give me the damn controller. That's the only problem with this game. It's like so weird to like change stuff. Okay. So I'm guessing we're gonna play the music. You're not sure how it works. Oh, she's there. Can we sneak by her, I wonder? Let's find out. No, once we touch the water, she knows. Okay. We're learning more about her. She's over here, so let's run over here. So you better run fast, you bastard. She's right behind you. Ooh. Okay. I'll say, my goodness. So we have a red one with blood, and then we have a light one. Let's see, we're good people here. We need her to get as far away as possible, because we know how quickly she can catch up. Let's see, come on. Man, she scares me a lot, though, because she's so loud. You know when she's, like, right behind you. My goodness. There's another doll. The dummy fixes you with a piercing gaze. That's the evil one, I'm assuming. I'll say we want to cure our mother's pain. Okay, right there. Okay, she's running. She's kind of getting away. Okay, let's move. Here she comes. She's screaming. Oh, goddamn. And that's instant death, too. This looks like the good one. And that looks like the bad one. You see that red tint. Kind of obvious. That's the easier one to find. This one's kind of hidden. Go to the control panel. Look at her go. Ooh. That's gonna be my nightmares for the next couple days, that's for sure. I'll say make it. You can do it. God, she's right behind you. So what do we do now? Do we go to her? Is it over? She realizes what she's become. And she was able to move on. So that was pretty cool. Okay, we can't go that way because of the barbed wire. A little dark, but you know, we gotta deal with it. Just for a moment, you could see your reflection in the shard of glass. Chapter 2, Corruption. My goodness, that first chapter took forever. And we're back here in the beginning. The dagger's heavier than it looks.
Was mine. Now it's yours. Stand straight, Paul. Your father is a cripple. He took your grandmother's life when he was born. And now he is a cripple still because he doesn't stand straight and tall. The boy can't even ride a horse. Your brother is not of sound mind. He has your wretched mother's blood. My legacy lies in your hands now. You hear me? The Cadet Academy will make an upright man of you. In spite of your parents, their never-ending suffering, their pain, their cowardice is in your blood. You must purge it. You are the only one worthy of the name von Schmidt and of my dagger. It's your duty. Do you hear?
Is this guy ever gonna die? Like, geez, you're evil. We know. LVS, though, was his initials. So at least now we know. So same thing, nothing new there.
Dear Paul, I hear you're now in the Cadet Academy around the corner. How is life there? Are they teaching you to stand proud and tall? Soon you'll be able to look down on everyone else, just like our dear father. But there are things he couldn't see from way up there. Words cannot describe the horrors we see here every day. Please write. Your brother.
And it seems like the character we play as Paul here is not a good guy, unfortunately. To our future hero, They said he could fly blindfolded. Ritmaster Manfred Fur. And as you can see, we have one piece of the glass. It looks like there's 3 pieces altogether. There's still shards missing. You feel like you can almost make out a shadowy reflection of yourself. The general's gone. Let's open this again. We've already read that one before. Follow the sound. What type of weird music is that? Okay, so the upstairs is now open. I'll say we kind of explored all of this. All those people, I think, were on the list that we found, so they might have been the people under our command during the war. The people that we probably pushed to their deaths. Oh, look at that painting. Man, I always, in movies, they always have something like covered in the sheets and then, it like rises up and you're like, holy shit, that's an 8-foot monster. Ooh, whoa. Look at all the animals he hunted. Zebras, deer. My goodness, that music. I'm glad I lowered it. A simple cavalry sword. The inscription reads, "To my son, once he learns to ride. General Lothar von Schmidt." So our grandfather's name is Lothar. The son that could never learn to ride.
You never did earn it, son.
Yeah, the father was a dick. Father, he doesn't even dare cross your path. September 18, 1914. Dear Director General von Schmidt, as you know, we never succeeded in developing a methodology to treat your infantile paralysis. However, we are pleased to announce that this research has now led us to a breakthrough in another field. The infectious disease poliomyelitis acuta anterior is now becoming increasingly common in all corners of the world, thus prompting us to recommend this and similar pathogens as combat agents for us in the war effort. At your behest, I shall contact the War Department to ask for research funds. As you know, we are in urgent need of such assistance. E. Gruber, Deputy Director, Carl von Schmidt and Company, Paint Factories, Berlin. Okay, so we checked everything out over here. Let's run all the way over here. Who the hell are we following? I guess him? Well, hold on. Let's, we gotta explore all these rooms. Man, it is dark though. So locks, we don't know why they're locked apparently. And we can actually go further up. We need a key. Nice. So we will definitely be coming here later. Let's check out these trophies he has on the wall. 10 point. Man, this is a beautiful deer right here. Okay. Forget, that's like a, I forget what they're called, but they're from like England. 8 point. Well, yeah, that's an 8 point right there. It's too dark. It's unfortunate. I'd love to look at those animals. They did a good job though. Oh, and they got a little 9 point here. Oh yeah. Decent. Whoever created these trophies actually knew what they were doing. When you were a child, your brother told you this was the Bear of Berlin, the city's mascot. You believed him. Peace in German Southwest Africa. General von Schmidt's second victory in the German colonies. Following his defeat of the Boxer Rebellion in China, General von Schmidt turned his attention to the Hottentots. As a result, peace and order has now also been restored to Africa. Despite critics back home in Prussia labeling the initiative unnecessary, there is nevertheless a sense of relief. Rest miss.
I, the great general of the German forces, hereby address this message to the Herero people. The Hereros are henceforth no longer German subjects. Any Herero found within the German border, armed or unarmed, with or without livestock, shall henceforth be shot. I shall no longer take in any women or children. Instead, they shall be driven back to their people, or likewise fired upon. These are my words to the Herero people. Lothar von Schmidt, Great General of the mighty German Kaiser. Windhoek, October 1st, 1904.
Damn, I don't know who these Herero people are, but he was brutal to them. A successful hunt. 300 Hottentots captured and hanged. So looking like Africans. Maybe when he was in Africa, anybody who kind of rebelled was hanged and killed. A strange figurine. And it looks like they took, pieces of their artwork and culture. Postcard trophies. Dear General von Schmidt, we have taken the liberty of sending you a few trophies to aid in your recovery from tropical fever and your reacclimatization to the Berlin winter. The elephant tusks speak for themselves. In addition to these, we have enclosed a fetish from West Africa. This was given to us by your personal porter, with whom we know you have always enjoyed a good joke. His tribe believes the fetish will bring you strength and good health. A primitive superstition to be sure, but a sign nonetheless that the entire African continent is praying for your swift recovery and return. Yours respectfully, Lieutenant von Grubach, Winho, February 3rd, 1908. And of course, they weren't preying on his good health. They feared him. He was a monster.
You should have seen us. We were one with our horses. A force to be reckoned with. We stood at the gates of Paris. The gates of Paris. We could have had it all. Everything.
Oh, the hornsmith scene. Interesting. There's a 9 point right there. That's a good... Man, these deer are nice. I'm going to keep on saying it. Man, nice deer. Zebra. I'm going to say impala. Alright, well, he's already left. We noticed him, sitting on the couch. That's what all these white marks are. We probably got to follow it that way. But we're definitely going to check out this room first. Your grandfather killed the crocodile himself. Ooh. You can barely see it. And actually, if you look this up, like in the 50s, like when it was still black and white with photographs, they got photos of giant crocodiles from Africa, like humongous. Oh, there we go. Like, scary large. Like, that's a baby compared to, like, what was going on back then, you know?
For too long I have allowed my cowardice to paralyze me, but I know now what I must do. I must keep a steady hand, remain focused on my target, just as I did when I killed the gazelle.
Okay, so he has a lot of importance for the gazelle. That might have been the last animal he was able to hunt before the fever got him. General Lothar von Schmidt, 1841-1908. So he's dead.
We are gods. But the fire. The fire. Weltenbrand. The death of the gods. Our death.
You know, I'm going to say something, though. You know, these guys were evil, but they had a beautiful house. Like, I would live in this house. I'd be like, you know, yeah, he's a dick, but look at this house. An old cavalry saber. There's an engraving. General Lothar von Schmidt. The saber he apparently deserved. It's warm. The thick, tangy aroma of the smoke from father's pipe still hangs in the air. So that person we saw here should be his father, not the grandfather. Okay, there's more room there.
July 15th, 1917. My son has been promoted, made an officer. My father would be proud of him, but am I? Since Magdalena begged me, I used my connections at Supreme Army Command to ensure that Johannes can look after him. Such nonsense. The coward of the family of all people. Have I become infected by her female hysteria? Regardless, we shall all be better off once victory is ours. And I shall do my part.
And it's really sad for the father, because, you know, if they would have won and his sons came back home, he would have been right. But because he lost both sons and lost the war, he had to come to the realization that he was in the wrong. My grandpa is Lothar von Schmidt. He's a great general. My father is Karl von Schmidt. He has a factory. He writes a lot. He writes lots. When I grow up, I want to be like my grandpa. Paul. Okay. Sigma. See what, you know, things they got in here. Might be some goodies. Some books of your father's not what you need. Okay. Omega. Yep. Pretty simple. Display case key. The little key to the display case was hidden in a diary.
August 10th, 1917. I have it. The formula that will help us to victory. An acid that can dissolve the enemy's tank weapons. I call it the Tank Eater. Iron and steel are no match for my acid. It is a weapon even more potent than our new mask breaker agent. The formula is locked in the safe, preserved from prying eyes by the memory of my father.
And as you should know, because this was a lot of trench warfare, poisons and gases like that were drastically important. So being able to create a new chemical, a new poison was a big deal back then. You didn't think this book would be of any help. Yeah, we've already found what we needed, but I'm going to check all these cabinets just in case. You never know. Yeah, we've already read that before. Let's say, open that damn glass. Yeah, and even if the father is alive, he can come back in here and see all these open and be pissed off. Because you know he'd be angry. Katharina von Schmidt. That might be his wife. So the mother might have died, or grandmother? Your grandmother. Okay. She died for her son. May he prove worthy of her sacrifice. And of course, the son's father always blamed him and thought he was worthless.
December 28th, 1916. Magdalena and I hardly exchange a word. Is it the quicksilver? No. The whole of Berlin has gone quiet. Everyone is suffering from the hunger. But at least it affords me the peace to continue my work on the test animals. I want to play my part in the victory, to devise an agent that can penetrate the filters in our enemies' masks.
Yep, when the winter became to set in, everyone was starving. Okay, so we've done everything here. Why is it showing me this from so far away? Yeah, it's kind of weird. We already read that. We can come over here to the glass because we found the key.
August 26th, 1916. I had a peculiar dream. It was my 32nd birthday again, and I was visiting Father in Africa. Just as I did back then, I shot the gazelle. I remember the approval in Father's gaze, the nod of recognition. It was my first and only journey of such distance. In my dream, however, I was suddenly a child again. My leg no longer stiff and sickly. In this vision, I was finally able to ride with Father. We rode all over the world, from Africa to China, and on to America. He was proud of me. Over and over he spoke to me of how man and horse must merge into one when they ride into battle. Yet in reality, I never rode with Father. I was never able to learn. I know how much of a disappointment I was to him, ever since the day I was born. If only I could have gone to the front myself, but this cursed leg won't allow it. It never would.
Man, that sucks. It seems like, the father didn't like him as a child because, the mother died. And then he finally went to Africa to meet his father, killed the gazelle, finally got the recognition he wanted, and then he got that tropical disease that took his leg. And then because his leg was crippled, his father, who finally, was proud of him, was disappointed once more. A gazelle's horn. Take that bad boy. Which is sad for him, really. Oh my. Ashes to ashes, rest in peace, great general. Hold the code dial in place for a short time to enter a number. Turn the dial again to enter the next number. Okay, and it's probably the death of the father, 1908. There we go. Try to open it. There we go. Yep, get that bad boy.
To produce the iron-dissolving tank eater, combine 3 parts of the enclosed chemical compound, which I have named Wilhelmswasser, with 1 part hydrochloric acid. A 3-to-1 ratio is essential. The combination will only produce tank eater acid if the proportions are exactly correct and the hydrochloric acid used is pure. This will change everything.
Alrighty, the tank eater. Chemical container. The label says whatever that weird Wilhelmswasser. Yeah, I butchered that terribly. But all right, so we did that. I think we've looked at everything in the room. Almost. Yeah, pretty much. So I think we're going to stop here today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links below. And then next time we will... My goodness, he went everywhere. Oh, the garden's open. But we're not going to go to the garden. We're going to go over here first because there's a letter on the ground. But so next time we're going to go read that letter, see if it's actually something we haven't read, and then probably explore the garden. Because, you know, I've been kind of wanting to explore it. It looks pretty cool. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all again in the next one.